Hey beautiful, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to check out my Morphe 35F. So I was looking at my videos last night and I was kind of sad because we haven't gone over this one like very much. I've mentioned it in a few videos, but it's one of my favorites, so I felt like I had to do one on it today. Go. So as you can see at the top, we've got some creams and goes down into like the honeys and the brown sugar bronze colors. Got a couple of silvers and darker colors in here as well. But I'm a huge fan of like the gold and the berry colors, the mauves, and I use this quite regularly. So today we are going to do a little test out and tutorial so I can show you guys some of my favorite stuff from this palette. And we are going to start with some swatches, of course. So we all know what to expect from mattes, so I didn't swatch any of the mattes, but I did want to show you the shimmers. Girl, these are gorgeous. And they are so much fun to swatch too because it's such a creamy, like smooth texture and they almost look wet. So up top, I've got one of my favorite like bronzy, like almost an orange bronze copper color, and whew, it looks so beautiful. Here's one of the darker tones and that beautiful yellow gold that I love. And a nice dark berry. This is, I think, one of the darker berry tones in this palette. And down here is one of the more bronzy colors in there. And they do have a couple of versions of golds and bronze and coppers throughout this palette. Up top, I don't want to blind it all, but this one is one of the creams from the top row. And this one is another one of the gold shades. It's more of a traditional gold color. Another one of the berries and another one of the, another gold slash brown sugar color. And this is really beautiful on any skin tone. And then down here is one of the, it's kind of like a mauvey brown, but it's like, all these colors work so well on a smoky eye, which is kind of what I wanted to go for today. As per usual, I don't have anything planned look-wise, so we're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants and alright, my love, so we are gonna start by applying a nice base coat of a matte. So these mattes kind of range from a light to medium skin tone color to a couple of darker browns. And this is a really pretty like reddish tone, and of course the flat matte black. And while I don't use this one very often, it does come in serious handy for darkening some of these shades. I'm going to start with the lightest color down here. I'm going to go in with my blending brush and just apply a little bit all over. That helps kind of keep the darker colors from dragging. I think I'm going to go in with the very next shade. It's a little bit darker and it's more of a cool tone brown, but it's still a lighter color, and this will make a perfect shade for my crease to brow bone area just to get her started. And today I am using one of my newer brushes. This is a large tapered diffuser brush, I believe. And it's, if you can see, it's kind of fluffy like a blending brush, but it's kind of got that slant down here. So, and I've tested it out a few days now, and I really love this thing. It's perfect for kind of getting like a soft smoke up in your crease to brow bone area. And I'm just going to throw her on, do a little windshield wiper motion, and kind of a buffering motion too. It's kind of two brushes in one if you ask me, so if you don't have one yet, girl, consider going and grabbing one. This one came from the BH Cosmetics Smoky Eye set, I believe. It's like build that color up just a little bit. And I do want to mention that while Morphe's shimmers are absolutely freaking amazing, girl, their mattes do need some building, especially some of the lighter shades. But they do build wonderfully, and they do go on very nice and smooth, so I'm cool with that. Alright, honey, so I think I'm gonna add just a little bit of the shade right here. It's more of like a warm tone, like a darker caramel color almost. And I'm just going to use that to darken my crease to brow bone area a little bit. Not going to use too much of this because I'm going to go in with that pretty red tone next. Alright, darling, so I went through, I did 2 passes on this shade and it built up quite nicely. So like I said, I am going to go in with the darker red tone next, and I'm going to stick closer to my crease area, and I'm going to do that with my large diffuser brush's sister, the small diffuser brush. So this is also kind of tapered at the end. It's a little bit more pointed than the big sister that I got laying here, but it does work beautifully for blending colors into your crease. And I'm just going to go in with that nice dark red color. Tap your brush really well, and I'm going to throw her on right there in my outer corner and crease area to kind of give me some depth. I took that reddish warm brown tone and built it up on my outer corner and crease, and then I used my little diffuser brush to kind of blend her out. I didn't really put too much in my crease, but I blended it out from the outer edge. And so this is how it looks so far. And so I always go for golds and berries. Everybody knows what cream colors look like. So I think I'm going to go for this really pretty orangey coppery color. And I swatched that earlier, and it's so beautiful. I don't use it enough, so I'm going to use that today. And I know most people don't like these, but I use the little applicators just on my lids for the shimmers because I think it comes out a little bit more intense that way. If I'm looking for a more toned down look, I will definitely go in with one of my brushes instead. But for the most part, I do use a eyeshadow applicator for my lid shimmers. And there she is. Ooh, she's nice and bright. So that's the color I'm going to throw in on my lid, and it's a nice, bright, beautiful orangey copper, and I am living for this right now. And I like to put a good bit of shimmer on up top, especially when I'm going to blend it out towards the edge a little bit. That way it blends out nice and smooth. You got a little extra on there. Though do be careful, don't be caking it on because you will have some serious fallout. And I'm just going to take a smidge of that flat matte black color right here and throw it on my outer corner and a little into my crease as well, but not much. I don't know. And as you can see, it's already darkening. I barely went in with any of that black color. And I'm just going to blend it in and kind of buffer it out a little bit. And then we are going to kind of pat out that shimmer so it kind of looks like a seamless transition between the darker matte and my nice orange coppery shimmer. Now, if you don't have a diffuser brush of any sort, you can make one, of course, by cutting your little blending brush, or you can simply go in with a tapered blending brush, kind of like. Now that I'm happy with the darker color in my crease, I'm going to take my blending brush and just kind of pat it out at the edge there where the two colors meet. That way it looks like a more seamless transition between the dark color and the copper. And this is pretty much the final look. I need to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. I'm going to go in with this on my inner corner. It's more of a lighter, like a traditional gold color, but it's a lighter gold. And then I think for my brow bone, I'm going to go in with this pretty lady right here. It's definitely, like it's a whitish cream color, but it's more on the cream side. So it'll look really pretty up there to help lift my brow a bit. And I'm just going to start on the inner corner, and bam, beautiful gold in there. That cream color, and go in my underbrow area Now, adding some highlight to your underbrow area. Yes, I made that up. So adding some highlight up here it helps lift your brow and it can help shape it a little bit, especially if you went a little overboard on drawing your brow in. And you don't need to add too much. You don't want it to be a super stark like white line or anything, but definitely a nice shine and shimmer. Another alternative to using an eyeshadow for your inner corner and brow bone is to use a highlighter. Since I did a video on my drugstore favorites and I featured this in it, I figured I could use it today and show y'all. So I start with the flat side and kind of help push my lashes up a little bit. And I love this mascara. And on the other end, I will take the curved side and kind of curl my lashes up a little. And I think so this mascara really does work wonders, but there is a lot of product that comes up on that brush. But no worries, honey, you can take your dry spoolie and just, while it's still wet, by the way, it's a whole lot easier if it's still wet, and just kind of use it to separate your lashes a little bit. This is a thicker mascara and it goes on just fine, so you will definitely need to either wipe the mascara applicator off or use your dry spoolie, of course. Girl, I totally forgot to smoke out my lower lash line, so I just went in a little bit with this. It's a nice, I don't know, like a cool tone tan brown, similar to my bronzers, like my lighter bronzers. So I added that to my lower lash line just a smidge because I think this copper is looking stunning by itself. And while I've already got my Lime Crime Liquid Lippy in Riley, it's a nice matte brown. I've started adding some of my NARS lip gloss in Orgasm. It's a beautiful like coppery orange with just an absolute gorgeous gold shine back to it. It's so cool too. I'm sure the 35O is amazing, but if I were to recommend one Morphe palette to everybody, it would definitely be the 35F, just because it's a grab it and go palette. You can do a full look with this thing and like a million full looks with this thing. You can get a smoky eye, soft glam, crazy glam, like super gorgeous going on. However you're feeling today, girl, this will do the trick. So definitely, if you have not, these are very affordable palettes. This one was $22.99 at morphebrushes.com, and I got about 5 days left on my giveaway, so feel free to check that out by visiting my page and checking out the giveaways playlist. It is open until May 29th, 2017, so if you haven't gotten in, girl, you need to. So, for a question before I go though, most of my videos this week, I've kind of like ran through them, especially with the beauty boxes, because girl, they were burning a hole in my vanity. I had to break them out and get them put away and played with, and I don't like doing that without showing you guys first. So I did want to get those up really quickly, but do you guys prefer like a little bit more of a longer and in-depth video, or do you prefer the quicker, just kind of get down to it and go kind of video? Let me know down in the comments so I know. In the meantime, baby, that is it. And you know I love you. You are beautiful. Go out and spread some love and positivity today, please. We could all use some extra. For now, I love you. Mwah. Bye, everyone. Lip brush, but it's more rounded and pointed. And